Hello everybody and welcome to another Town of Salem gameplay video. So today we're playing some more Ranked, and all of this commentary is being done in post, which means it's done after I play the game so I can pay attention to the game fully. I tend to play better that way. I like to do this with Ranked. So this is a Mafia gameplay video, two janitors, double of fun, and this is a really great game. This is a fantastic example of how you should be playing Ranked. How you gotta think ahead and make things as easy as possible for your side to win. So right off the bat, we start talking about how we're gonna go ahead and alternate our cleaning. We don't want to have one person use all their cleans at first and the other person not use it, because if the other person dies, then we've only used 3 cleans. So that's the first thing we talk about. We also start talking about what it is that we're going to claim. So I say, just so you know, I'm claiming Lookout. I don't want them to claim something that I claim. Lookout's a fairly easy role to fake, honestly, especially when you can use other people's wills to kind of supplement your own. But you also have to be careful, because it's also very easy to be proven wrong if you get a little bit unlucky and you choose somebody to watch, or you say somebody visited who can't visit. So we attacked Lord Satan yesterday and tried to clean. Lord Satan says, I see I'm still as popular. And he didn't die. It turns out he was in jail. Abigail Hobbs here says this may be a janitor game. So this is a soft claim for a spy. Now, you might not know why it is a soft claim for a spy, so I'll explain it. Abigail right here is basically saying that 2 people visited Lord Satan. The only reason why 2 people would ever visit the same target who was attacked would be if there's a janitor in the game. So, Abigail here, claiming a very soft claim for spy, says that there is in fact probably a janitor. So I'm just kind of hopping in here. I want my name to be out there. If I can avoid being jailed, I'd like to, because my will's not going to be perfect, and I don't want to have to. I don't want to get caught with something that I don't want to get caught with. So, but having janitors in the game does mean that I can eventually have people who are cleaned as one of the people who visited somebody, because you can't tell that they didn't visit that person unless you happen to know their role, as would be the case with the Retributionist or a medium. So we got to keep in mind that medium is going to be an interesting counter to us, but at the same time, a medium claim is going to be suspicious because a lot of janitors claim medium. So it's looking pretty good. Now, Berserk was hauled off to jail. That's our mafioso, so it's not going to stop us from killing tonight. And Giles Core already used 1, so it's my turn now to clean. So we're just kind of looking in here. Kill Stan okay decides to attack Vampire. I have no reason to attack or not to attack Vampire. They definitely didn't say anything in the day, so it's possible that they could be evil. So I do also mention a little tip here, which is don't attack people who have names that stand out. And this is an honest-to-God truth, in my opinion. People who have names that just kind of stand out tend to be jailed, looked out for, or healed on the first night. It's one of the tactics I use. Like, this person sounds like a name that I would attack, and I heal that person, so, or guard them. Just a little tip for them. But anyway, continuing on, Vampire does die. So Vampire was not healed. They were not in anything else. Now, they may have been looked out. And I do suggest you watch this whole game, guys, because this is a really cool game right all up to the very end. Some amazing plays here. So I say that I watched Lord Satan, which would be reasonable. They got attacked once. You could argue that you thought they may be attacked again. And I go ahead and say Vampire, who I see as a vigilante, visited them. Now, of course, Vampire couldn't have visited them. Well, they could have, but it would have been unlikely for them to have visited them as vigilante. But nobody knows that, because Vampire is cleaned. So, and then I say here, well, janitor wasn't jailed last night. We know that. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I want them to think that there's only one janitor. This way, if somebody's jailed and there's a janitor clean, if one of the janitors is jailed and they're still clean, which there would be, at least in theory, that would indicate that the person who was jailed wasn't actually janitor, and kind of help them out a little bit. So I did that on purpose. I'm setting up potential claims later on for us. And then I'm saying, you know, there's a little bit of pushback by other people that Abigail could be evil. And I say Abigail could be faking, but they feel towny to me, so I wouldn't go down that route. I'm just trying to kind of pocket Abigail a little bit and get into Town's good zone, where I feel like I'm adding something creative to, or something helpful to this conversation, but I'm really actually not progressing the conversation at all. In fact, if anything, I'm taking the conversation and I'm making it still about Abigail. Now, Abigail says that she bugged Lord Satan. Now, I'm not really 100% sure if the bug would show me visiting, being looked out. It might. So I'm not sure if I should be putting the fact that she visited, but it's all I have. It's all I have, and if I can pocket her and keep her thinking that I'm good, I might have a chance of that. So I'm unsure with what I did, but I was going to do it anyway. Now, I go ahead, and of course, it's really important in Mafia chat, and Spy can't see what you're saying. Share information, use each other's names, be clear, and make good decisions. So, Jailor's Corey decides to clean Koopa, and just kind of picking randomly, I suppose. And we're hoping that Godfather goes ahead and then also goes for the kill there. So, now I didn't actually see that they were going to be killed, but it turns out that they had. So I thought at first that like maybe Godfather hadn't clicked yet. But you want to make sure, guys, in Mafia, that Godfather and Mafioso are always both clicking. This is in case one of them actually is roadblocked, the other one can go and visit. In particular, you want to make sure Mafioso and Godfather both click. So, all right, I'm adding to my will a little bit here. There was a Jailor execute. Interesting. It says they are possessed and talking nonsense. Roll bodyguard. Good news for us. Very, very good news for us. Got a little lucky here, perhaps. You know, the Jailor decided to execute the bodyguard. I don't know if the bodyguard was just kind of not making much sense or what. There's some speaking now. There's some talk between Limpet and Coffee. Now, neither one of those guys are ours, so I don't really know what's necessarily going on. But Coffee, I think, is the one that keeps like playing as if they're very towny. And saying that they're confirmed town because they saw somebody was jailed, but that really doesn't mean anything necessarily. But anyway, regardless, it's just interesting that he does that, and I keep kind of poking at him just to kind of keep there to be a little bit of weirdness in there. Now, Divine God is claiming Investigator. He says that Kill Stanley OK comes up as GF, BG, or Arso. And it does seem Limpet says that Any is Witch. I'm trying to throw people off the scent a little bit here if possible and make it seem like perhaps there's an X, but people have been claiming that they've been witched, and so I'm like, I don't know if I want to say that and feel like I'm coming out too much on the side of this guy. Now, I'm not going to vote because it's possible that they're not going to get enough votes to vote him up. It's getting real close. I don't want to be the person who votes. It is a slow vote. Divine God is correct, and they vote him up without me. Now, I'm not liking this. I'm not liking the fact that a lot of Mafia didn't vote here, and it does seem like they got up anyway. So, now, Giles Corey, our other gender, did vote up Kill Stan OK, and it's possible that we needed to. It's quite possible that we needed to, or else we would have been completely found out. But, anyway, here we go. Let's give it a go. Good thing is that Jailor can't kill. The bad news is that here we are. He doesn't even play though. He says just like wills are hard. I just have my attorney fill them out. So there's nothing. He didn't claim anything. He didn't fake claim anything. There's just nothing. Didn't claim like this person's lying. Could be Mafia trying to get the last kill. Whatever. But at least try. I'm bummed out that he doesn't try for sure. There goes our Godfather. Now the risk is that our Mafioso gets jailed again. If our Mafioso gets jailed again, we can't kill. And even though he can't be killed, they could very easily find out who it is that he was. So we have 2 cleans, and that's not bad. We're slowly keeping the amount of information from town from being exposed, which is good. Now, what do we got here? Now, though I believe somebody said that I believe there was a claim that Koopa Troopa was medium, and that does scare me a little bit because medium kind of hurts our ability to do our work as janitor. But we're gonna keep moving right through from here. So now they're attacking Divine God, and I'm a little bit concerned because I'm a little bit worried that there might be a bodyguard or town protective left alive. There's one dead. That doesn't mean there's not more out there. I think it's likely that there's more out there. But I do think we have to get Divine gone. So I'm saying that I'm still claiming Lookout. And, all right, let's do it. Let's hit Divine. It's my turn to clean, so I'm going to go ahead and clean tonight. Now, so I keep on putting, I said that I was Witch Night 3 because no one else claimed it. So it's reasonable for people to believe that I was witched. And hopefully there wouldn't be any counter to that when I said that, Witch Night 3. So, not bad. Just trying to keep my will looking as believable as possible. I don't need to cast a lot of doubt, just enough to get it so that between the Mafia and the Witch, I don't get voted up. But continuing right along, there is a clean here. So Abigail says 2 janitors. Fuffus. And Coffee says no more cleans after this. So right now I agree with Coffee, but I'm just trying to kind of keep the conversation away from anything else other than the fact that cleans. I don't want us talking about data. I don't want us to talk about results. I want us to talk about cleans. And then it's like, oh, wait, there are more than 1 cleans. I say, assuming all cleans are town, there are 4 dead towns. So I'm talking, right? But am I really adding anything to the conversation? I'm adding nothing here. This is a good tactic for evil rolls. In order to appear like you're actually adding something, but actually not progress anything, tell people what they already know. And so Coffee says 3 Mafia large, 2 janitors, possible Arso, and okay. So get 2 for roll, get 0 for roll. Okay, fair enough. So we're voting on 0 now. And I mean, 0 is not one of us, so it could be arsonist. I'm okay with lynching arsonists right now because I am starting to get worried that there might be a Mafia or 2 that are doused, and that's gonna definitely hurt our ability to kind of get through this. Just as one example, guys, the day previous when our Godfather was killed because he was found out by the investigator, it would have been really easy for him to just sit there and say, I was probably doused. Guys, I'm sheriff. Like, seriously, this is not a thing. I'm medium, I confirm Koopa Trooper, vampire, and he could have just made stuff up. But there's so many things he could have done there that wasn't exactly just rolling over and dying. So Coffee says I'm BG confirmed, but Coffee just doesn't make any sense to me right now. There's some 3 bodyguards, question mark. This guy appears to be town or jailer though, is what it is. Although he doesn't come out and say that. The first name would have been like, I'm jailer. And now they're starting to vote on our new Godfather. Now that's not good. Of course, we don't want our Godfather to get in trouble. Now he wasn't jailed, which is good. I'm not sure if maybe Jailor was just too busy with his own lynch to change anything. But our Godfather is safe. And it's time to clean. So it's Guile's turn to clean, I say. And I tell them I'm still claiming a lookout. I want them to know what it is that I'm claiming so that none of them counterclaim me or anything like that. That's a really easy way for Mafia to just kind of kill themselves off. All right. They're attacking Abigail Hobbs. I'm a little bit concerned with this. At first, my brain goes, all right, I'm cleaning. But then I'm like, oh, wait, no, it's Guile's turn. And it's like, all right, hope no BG. So I'm scared here. I play a little bit more passively than these guys are playing when it comes to Mafia, but I gotta tell you, what they did really worked because we killed people when they needed to be killed. Now, people are dead, and I'm checking my Mafia list over now real quick to say, like, wait a second, did one of our guys die? Was there an arsonist light? Oh, somebody died guarding somebody. All right, the arsonist is probably dead. At this point, I'm starting to do the math here. I'm saying to myself, well, looky here. There's 3 Mafia left. There's a witch left. That means that there's 3 town. 3 Mafia, 1 witch, 3 town. And Jailor doesn't have execute. Guys, this is looking real good for us. There's not much more we really have to do at this point as long as the arsonist is dead. And they are. Lord Satan was actually the arsonist and is dead as a doorknob. All right, good. I'm digging it. I'm liking it a lot. We've kept a lot of information from town. We've kept all of the medium stuff, which probably includes Vampire's role. We kept up Divine God's will from being shown to town. And now we've cleaned Abigail Hobbs as well. So there's no reason for anybody to know exactly which is what. Now, I'm debating just coming right out because we do have the ability to just have majority here. And James Bailey goes ahead and says, Lynch Jailor, we got majority. So I say Mafia has majority. 3 Mafia, 1 witch, 3 town. Yep, we won. Yep, James Bailey is entirely correct. It does seem like we actually have, and that's not all that happens though. This game gets a little bit more interesting here, a touch more interesting here. But we do actually have majority. It's basically done. The only question is there a veteran? Is there a vigi? Is there another vigi? It's not impossible for there to be another vigi or something such as that. So I do whisper to James Bailey that I'm Mafia. I want him to know who's Mafia and who's not, and just kind of get this going. He says all Mafia on 10. James Bailey, the witch, is now leading. Although I was going to vote 0, who was the jailer. But all Mafia on 10? I mean, all right, I guess. So I'm kind of like watching this because I thought 0 was actually the jailer, but apparently not. So I go ahead and switch my vote to 10 with the rest of Mafia, and I say Mafia vote 10. Come on, buddy. Come on, Godfather. There you go. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Much obliged. And we get Limpet up. I don't really know who Limpet is. I don't know their role necessarily, but it appears like I was on you, but I was witched. Claiming BG? Claiming Doctor? I'm not really quite sure here. It does seem like Town actually had a ton of TP, but the jailers execute on the bodyguard really set them back way far. Now, that being said, we were never jailed again. Like, none of us were jailed after that. It was pretty interesting, at least. So, we go ahead and we get the guilty vote right here. They ask, James Bailey asked, who was the rest of our Mafia? I go ahead and just let him know that they were, and then I said to him, I thought 2 was Jailor. So, and now our Godfather asks who is which, assumingly so they don't kill him. But it was like, I don't even know really. I mean, it was very obvious who which was, and we would have just told him at night either way. So that was a bit of a fair game right here. This is a great example, though, of just like know when you're playing. The moment we had majority, Witch came out and said, I'm Witch, we have majority, let's go. And I was like, well, boom, simple as that. Now, Jailor, if Jailor had their X, maybe it would have been a different story. Now, I think 2 is Jailor, and at this point it becomes a conversation of, do we play aggressively or do we like he says, do we need to attack? And I said yes, because Witch is jailed. Because my brain forgot right now at this point that Jailor doesn't have execute. Jailor has no attacks, though. I was like, oh, duh. He executed a townie. That's right. Then I say, all right, you know what? Then no, we don't attack. We don't risk anything. We do not kill anybody. We just sit here. We wait for the next day. We have majority the next day. And we kill on the final day. Let's just not risk anything. In case there's something unexpected that happens, let's just not. The truth is, we ran a risk here because if there somehow was, if it was North Remember the mayor, I think they would have came out yesterday, but we would have been in a lot of trouble potentially today. Very much so potentially today. We could have been in a lot of trouble. In fact, it could have been the game for Town at that point. But we didn't have to, luckily, because North Remembers was not a mayor. So at this point, it's a simple matter, and do stick around because we're doing pretty well in the placements. I do want to show you where we're at right now. Hopefully, we'll be getting a nice high ELO after a few more games. I want to show you my win-loss ratio so far, though. All right, so now we're just basically talking about, all right, all Mafia on 2, James Bailey says. That's the Jailor, not a problem. It's pretty awesome that we had a little bit of luck play on our side, in particular, the Jailor executing the bodyguard. Now, there was another bodyguard, and Limpet was a doctor. So it's not like there wasn't enough town protective to go around. There certainly was. We also got a little bit lucky that Lord Satan, the arsonist, was killed by a bodyguard because they could have proved to be a problem. That would have made this game a lot closer. But what we did do this entire game was play well as Mafia. We played together, we communicated information, we took turns using our abilities, which made Spy a lot less useful as well, by the way. And most importantly, when we knew we had the majority and when we knew we had the power, we used it indiscriminately. And that's a really great way to play as Mafia. Of course, Giles Corey didn't talk much. It's not something I would suggest as Mafia. And so 0 leaves, though. 0 leaves, and that's why we're voting innocent here. I didn't realize it at first, but it's like, oh, okay, he left. So we're switching off from them, and we're going to go ahead and vote up North Remember. So, vote up North Remember. And just to end the game a little bit quicker, guys, and that's always a good thing. You know, like, hey, let's end this game quicker, guys. Let's just get it done with. Let's get on to the next game. Congratulations to Mafia and Witch. Well played. Witch did a good job here, too. I really want to condemn Witch. Really want to compliment Witch on a job well done. because it was just kind of one of those situations where it was like, all right, you did well. You did well. And North Remember is a bit salty. There's a lot of saltiness in this game. I mean, Jailor leaving, North Remember just like leaving as well, or not leaving, but just like not really kind of being very grateful for a game well played. But hey, so I do say people are salty because it was a pretty salty game here at the end. People were not happy with it. Now the double janitor definitely really hurt town here. It's not useful very early on because you lose a lot of the abilities to find out good rolls early on. But nicely for us, we were able to keep a ton of information from town, and I do think it actually made a bit of a difference in the end. With the Jailor execute of their own townie, it made it quite nice for us. Quite nice for us. So a little bit of luck on our side for sure, but also some really great plays. I really think that this was a good example of a well-played town game. That's a Mafia win, guys. That's another Mafia win. And I'm finding out that Mafia does win more often than they used to, but you have to understand, Mafia and town are this is a more balanced game mode than it was previously. I would like to hear what you guys think about the ranked game mode as opposed to how it was previously. Let me know down there in the comments, but I actually like it. Now here we have it, guys. 5 wins, 1 loss, 6 plays total. Hope you all enjoyed. Peace out. Bye-bye.